Welcome back friends to Pura Educator the way to the success. Today I am going to start the second chapter of class 6 of NCERT Geography, Globe, Latitudes and Longitudes. Friends, in previous chapter I have dealt with the chapter first named the Earth in the solar system. In that chapter we have understood what is Earth's significance in the solar system, what is sun, what is planets and other siliceous bodies, what is the siliceous bodies, and in this chapter I will be explaining you the globe, the latitudes and longitudes. Why it is important to study globe, why we draw latitudes and longitudes, why it will be helping us, and in what aspects it will help us during our studies. We will see it, and if any problem occurs, please convey me. Previous lectures link I will be providing in the card sections above. During my lectures, suggestions will be coming through card sections. Please click on it and see it. If you have not seen the chapter first, please I will refer you. Please go to the chapter first. It is the new NCERT. I have provided old NCERT's chapters also. Till today, I have completed 7 lectures. Full-fledged lectures are there. So please go through that. Every time you will see that some of the lectures are match each other. Like globe, which I am explaining today, I have dealt in the old NCERTs also. But don't think that both the lectures are same. Both are different friends, because in the old NCERTs the addition was old one, so something which is relevant today also it is mentioned there. So I have explained that also. And during our competitive exams preparation, we have to study both the series of old NCERTs and new NCERTs. So friends, now we will stress to new NCERTs now in this chapter. Please, we are entering into it. Please concentrate and don't lose patience. Please don't leave lecture in between. See the lecture completely. It will help you. I give a challenge to it, because if you leave it, you will lose some important points in coming future in your competitive exams. Please don't leave this video in between. It will help you to large extent. Come on friends, now we'll start the chapter globe, the latitudes and longitudes in detail. Now friends, we'll be dealing the chapter globe, latitudes and longitudes in detail. In previous lecture, we have studied about our planet Earth in the chapter Earth in the solar system. In that chapter, we have seen the Earth is flattened at the north and the south pole and is bulged in between. Can you imagine how the Earth look like? If you know that Earth is round in shape, so you can see in the picture, the globe is the replica of the Earth. It is the miniature form of the Earth. It is a true model of the Earth. If you see the model of the globe, you will understand how the Earth exactly look like. Now the question arises whether the globes are present in different shape and size. Yes friends, globes are present in various size and types. Some globes are very big, some are very small. Such a small size it has that it can be kept in your own pocket. Some are like balloons. Whenever you need, you inflate it, or whenever you don't need it, make it flat and keep in your pocket. Big ones are difficult to carry, while small ones are easy to carry and it can be taken to long distances. As you can see in the picture, globe is not fixed. It can rotate on its axis. It can rotate on the needle placed in the picture. As the top spins, you may have played in your childhood days. Top, you know the lattu through which we used to play, or we have seen the potter's wheel. Potter used to make the different utensils. You imagine that. How interesting it is to study the globe. Why it is important to study the globe? Because the countries, continents and oceans shown on the globe are in their correct size. And if you point any point object on the globe, it will be very difficult to locate it because their point object is very small. How we locate any place on the globe? For locating any place on the globe, we need some point of reference or lines to locate that place, because globe is round in shape. There is no edge. If it is in different size or different shape, if it is in rectangular shape or triangular shape, then it would have been easier for us to locate any place. But when it is round and no center point is present there, then it will be very difficult for us to place it. So now we'll study about the imaginary lines, some important imaginary lines. The first one is, you refer to the picture, globe is fixed by needles on the top and at the bottom. The line which is drawn between these two needles is known as axis. It is tilted. It passes through, if we refer to Earth, the line which passes through North Pole and South Pole is known as axis, on which the Earth rotates from west to east. But remember, there is a major difference. The real Earth has no such needle. It is drawn on the imaginary. We imagine that and draw it on the Earth. After studying the axis, we'll refer another important imaginary line is known as the equator. The equator is important for us because it divides the Earth into two equal halves. The upper northern half is known as northern hemisphere and southern half is known as southern hemisphere. They are both equal halves. Friends, now we'll get into the parallel latitudes, some important imaginary lines which we'll be studying in the upcoming slides. Now we'll get into the another slide, friends. Let's start. Friends, as I have mentioned, equator is an imaginary circular line and is very important reference point to locate places on the Earth. All the circles from the equator up to the poles are known as parallel latitudes. Now, the question arises, what is latitude? Latitudes are the lines which are drawn horizontal on the Earth's surface. Latitudes are measured in degrees. Because we start our measurement from equator, it is our point of reference. It is 0 degree latitude. Since the distance from the Earth to either poles is 1/4 of the circle around the Earth, it will be measured 1/4 of 360 degree, that is 90 degree, because Earth rotates around 360 degrees. Thus 90 degree north latitudes marked as North Pole and southern south latitudes marked by South Pole, that is 90 degree south. As such, all the parallels drawn above the equator in the northern hemisphere is known as north latitudes, and in the similar way from equator to South Pole, the latitudes drawn are known as south latitude. Each latitude is mentioned by word N or S, which denotes north and south. It is important to mention because it will be explained by example how it is difficult for us if we do not mention N or S after the degree. By an example of Chandpura in Maharashtra in India and Belo Horizonte in Brazil in South America, it will be very difficult for us to locate them if we do not put S, that is north, south, or N, that is north after the 20 degree. It will be very difficult for us to locate Chandpura or Belo Horizonte on the globe or earth. So if we mention here that 20 degree north and 20 degree south, then we will easily get to know that 20 degree north is mentioning Chandrapura in Maharashtra and 20 degrees south is mentioned for Belo Horizonte. Then it will be very easy for us to mention it or place it on the globe or earth. Friends, if you refer picture figure 2.2, it will be mentioning the latitudes. See here friends, at the center here with the dotted lines, it is drawn as equator. Above this, the lines drawn are known as north latitude, and below this is known as south latitudes. Now we will be mentioning some important parallels of latitudes. Except equator are mentioned here, there are 4 important parallels of latitudes. The first one which we are going to study is the Tropic of Cancer. It is placed on 23.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere, and Tropic of Cancer is very important for us because it passes through India. Okay friends, now second parallel of latitude is Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn is placed on 23.5 degree south in southern hemisphere. Third parallel of latitude is Arctic Circle, which is placed at 66.5 degree north of equator. And fourth one and the last one is Antarctic Circle, which is placed on 66.5 degree south of equator. Friends, now we'll get into the heat zones of the earth. With the help of these four parallel of latitudes, we'll mention some areas will be named as torrid zones, there will be frigid zone, and there will be a temperate zone. Now we'll see these terms in detail, what this is about. Friends, now we are studying the heat zones of the earth. The areas, now you refer to the picture 2.3. Here I will mention these zones. The area between, see friends, I am drawing it. This area between Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn is known as torrid zone. Why it is known as torrid zone? Because sun is here overhead all the time throughout the 12 months. So it is known as torrid zone due to its maximum heat received on this land. Now friends, other area is, if you mention here the area between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle, here see friends, this one, this area is North Temperate Zone, and area between Tropic of Capricorn, as I am drawing here, and Antarctic Circle is known as Southern or South Temperate Zone. Why it is mentioned here temperate? Because the temperature here is lesser than the torrid zone, because sun rays do not fall directly overhead. The rays fall slanted. Okay friends. Now we'll see the third area, third zone, which is at the poles. In the northern region, between the North Pole and Arctic Circle is the frigid zone, and in the Antarctic Circle and South Pole, it is also mentioned as frigid zone because it is throughout the year it is covered through snow. It is very cold here, friends. So it is mentioned frigid zone. There are, so we have known here through how many heat zones are on the earth. There are three zones. There are torrid zones, temperate zones, and frigid zones. I have mentioned all of them. Now we will see the another important imaginary line which is drawn vertical on the earth's surface. They are known as longitudes. Longitudes is necessary for us to locate any place on the earth's surface. With the help of only latitudes, we cannot place any important place on the earth's surface because it will not be placed on exact position. Where latitudes and longitudes coincide each other, that coinciding point is known as will be locating the exact position of that place. We'll see through examples. For example, Hyderabad in Pakistan and Allahabad in India are located on the same latitude, that is 25 degree 25 minute north. If you want to refer them, then you have to refer exact position through longitudes. We'll see in the upcoming slides how it has done, or it will be done with the help of latitudes. Okay friends. Now the lines of references are called meridian of longitude. As we draw parallels of latitudes in the longitudes, we mention it as meridians of latitudes. Okay friends, now we'll see other important points in the upcoming slides. I will be mentioning the card sections above through my lectures. Please refer it, and at the last I will be placing the playlist of most of the important videos. Please refer them also and go through all the playlist and videos which are important for your exam point of view. Please go through friends. Now we'll see further points on longitudes. Longitudes are measured in degrees. Degrees are further divided into minutes. Minutes are further divided into seconds. Longitudes are drawn in semicircles. Distance between them decreases whenever we move towards the polewards. At poles, it is 0 where all the meridians meet. While latitudes, distance are same throughout the earth. So it was very difficult for the longitudes to take as the base meridian from where all the meridians should be measured. So all the countries decided that the count should begin from the meridian from where the British Royal Observatory is there, from where meridian will pass. It will be taken as base meridian. British Royal Observatory is placed in Greenwich, and the line which passes through Greenwich is known as prime meridian. Its value is 0° latitude. From prime meridian, we move eastward and westward 180° each. Prime meridian divides Earth into two equal halves into Western Hemisphere and Eastern Hemisphere. Likewise, equator divides Earth into two equal halves into Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere. Friends, it is quite interesting to note here that 180° east and 180° west meridians are the same line. This line is known as international date line. It is exactly opposite to the prime meridian. It is drawn in zigzag way because whenever we draw international date line in the straight line, then some part of Russia is cut by it or some USA islands is cut by it. That means the time difference will create a mess there. So it is drawn in zigzag way, and whenever you move from international date line towards the east, you will lose one day, and whenever you move from international date line towards the west, you will gain one day. So friends, now we'll see the grid diagram where with this lines we can locate any place with the help of latitudes and longitudes exactly. For example, Dhubri in Assam is located at 26° north latitude and 90° east longitude. You will locate it on the grid diagram picture of 2.6. You will locate Dhubri in Assam. We'll understand how to mention any place. We'll go to picture 2.7. Now we'll locate places. Friends, I will take one example and you will place all the points. I will take A as my place. If A place is placed here, see in the picture, this is A place. Here, the longitudes which passes through A is 1, and horizontal line, that is latitude, which passes through A is B. So it can be said as A place is located on B degree north latitude and 1 degree east longitude. So friends, in the same way, you will mention each and every point on that picture 2.7. Friends, let's see in the other slides what we can learn. Friends, this diagram is mentioning the time zones of the world, the different time zones of the world. See, I have studied about international date line here. This one, it is zigzag. It is drawn zigzag. The question may arise in your mind, all the longitudes are drawn straight, but except this one, all is being drawn straight. Only international date line is drawn zigzag, because most of the region passed by the international date line is water, is ocean. So to cover the areas, it has been zigzagged, because if we draw straight, half a region of Russia will go into the east region or in the west region, or American area will go into the west region or east region. So to clear this, the line has been drawn zigzag, because it will be very difficult for the area to follow the timing. So it has been divided in zigzag way. Friends, we'll discuss in the upcoming slides various points. Let's see. Now friends, we'll see what is the significance of longitude with time. As we know, the best means of measuring the time is by the movement of the earth, the moon and the planets. Usually we see that the sun regularly rises and sets every day, and naturally it is the best timekeeper throughout the world. Local time can be gained by any person, because your own shadow cast is the method through which we can get the time, local time. Whenever your shadow is the shortest, it is the noon time, and when your shadow is longest, it is sunrise or sunset. When the sun is at the highest point in the Greenwich, then all the places around it will have noon. As Earth rotates from west to east, all those places which are east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those places which are west of Greenwich will be behind of it. The rate of difference can be calculated as follows. We'll understand this through examples. The earth rotates 360 degree in 24 hours, and so 15 degree will be covered in 1 hour, or 1 minute will be covered in 4 minutes. When there is 12 noon at Greenwich, the time at 15 degree east of Greenwich will be what? We will calculate through multiplying 15 degree into 4 minutes, because 1 degree covers in 4 minutes. So 15 degree will be covered in 15 into 4 is equal to 60 minutes. That means it will be 1 hour ahead of Greenwich. And there was 12 noon at Greenwich, but 15 degree east of Greenwich will have 1 p.m. In the same way, if we calculate 15 degree west of Greenwich time, then we'll get 11 a.m. because it will be behind of Greenwich by how many hours? 1 hour. Friends, now it is important here to mention that each and every place or each country have its own standard time. Why it is important? Because whenever the person traveling through the train in their country, it is very difficult for them to change their timing of their watch whenever they pass from place to place. So for this difficulty, India has taken one Indian Standard Time which passes through Naini in Allahabad. The degree is 82.5 degree east. Because the width of India is very long. It is from Dwarka in Gujarat to Dibrugarh in Assam. The time difference between the two places is 1 hour 45 minutes. So if we pass through train or we travel through train, it will be very difficult for us to change the time throughout. When you are in Gujarat, you will be behind, and when you will be in Dibrugarh, you will be ahead of 1 hour 45 minutes. So when you take 82.5 degree east as its standard meridian, then the time will be same throughout the country. Then it will be very easy for us to travel through train, because we have to follow only one timing and we have to not change our clocks according to it. So friends, here I have completed this slide. Let's see in other slide what we are getting through. Friends, do you know the time difference between India and England? India is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of GMT, that is Greenwich Mean Time, because India's timing is taken by 82.5 degree east while Greenwich is at 0 degree. That if you calculate as I have told before itself, you will get to know the answer will be coming 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich. India has only one Indian Standard Time, while the countries whose territories are very large and it will be difficult for them to work according to one standard time, the countries have been divided into several local standard times. For example, in Russia there are 11 standard times. In USA also several standard times have been taken. As you know, Earth has been divided into 24 time zones as I have shown you in the picture before, of 1 hour each. Each zone thus covers 15 degree of longitude. Friends, here I have completed my lecture. Now we'll go into the exercise and we'll see how much we have gained through this lecture or we have missed in our lecture. So friends, let's start our exercise. Friends, our exercise will be divided into three parts. The first part will be question answer session. Second will be multiple choice questions, as in your question paper question comes in the same way we'll dealing these questions. Third part will be filling the blanks session. Now let's start our first session. The friends, the first question which we are getting here is, what is the true shape of the earth? Earth is geoid, is in the shape of geoid. Geoid means in the shape of the earth. It is spherical in shape. It is flat at the top and bulge in between. Second question is, what is a globe? Globe is true model, as I have discussed. It is a miniature of the earth. It exactly looks like earth. Third question is, what is the longitudinal value of Tropic of Cancer? As we have discussed, it is 23 3.5 degree north latitude? Fourth question is, what are the 3 heat zones of the earth? We have mentioned earlier that the heat zones were of 3 types. First was torrid zone, where sun was throughout the year. Second was temperate zone, where the temperature was not too hot, too cold. Third was frigid zone, where the temperature was very cold. So there the life is less as compared to other zones. Fifth question is, what are the parallels and meridians of longitudes? I have discussed this in detail. You will mention in comment section. Sixth question is, why does the torrid zone receive maximum amount of heat? Because throughout the year there is sun overhead. Now seventh question is, why is it 5:30 p.m. in India and 12 noon in London? I have discussed it in greater detail, so I will not discuss it here. Now friends, we will get into the another section of our exercise. It is multiple choice questions. We will choose only the correct answer. First is, the value of the prime meridian is 0 degree. Frigid zone lies near the poles. The total number of longitudes are 360. The Antarctic Circle is located in the southern hemisphere. Grid is the network of parallel of latitudes and meridians of longitudes, as I have discussed in the diagram earlier. Now we'll see the other questions. Other sections of the question is, or the fill in the blanks. I have mentioned the answer and you will do without seeing the answer first, and then you will refer to the answer. First question is, the Tropic of Capricorn is located at 23.5 degree south latitudes. Second is, the standard meridian of India is 82.5 degree east, which passes through Naini in Allahabad. Third question is, the zero meridian is also known as prime meridian. The distance between the longitudes decreases towards pole. As I have mentioned, that distance between the longitudes decreases as we move towards the pole. Last question is, Arctic Circle is located in the northern hemisphere. So friends, here I have completed my lecture in complete form, and I will be coming with a new video tomorrow. So wait till tomorrow. We'll meet very soon. Friends, if you like our work, please share, comment and like our video, and please do not forget to subscribe the Pura Educator, the way to the success. It is a YouTube channel. If we have helped you, please comment and subscribe to our channel Pura Educator, the way to the success. Thank you friends. Once again, we'll meet you very soon.